If you have felt things have been a little quiet around Top Music, yes, I haven't been myself, and also the team had a nice break for 2 or 3 weeks over that Christmas New Year period. But we are ready to kick things off for this year. And in today's episode, I want to talk about this very special announcement that I've got to make, something that we've been working on for some time and that I can finally announce to you today. You may have already got a bit of an inkling about it. You're listening to the TopCast, the original podcast for growth-minded instrumental music and voice teachers since 2015, with your host, Tim Topham. Our mission at Top Music is to empower instrumental music and voice teachers to find and nurture their innate creativity so that they can teach lessons that are innovative, integrated, and inspiring, and that will have a positive lifelong impact on their students. Join us each week as we interview teachers and creators from around the world and unpack fun and exciting ideas to maximize your teaching and studio business success. Well, g'day everyone, it's Tim Topham here. Thank you very much for joining me for another year of the TopCast. I can't believe this is now 11 years of podcasting for me. That is crazy. And we will hit episode, 450 soon. It'll be 500, I guess, this year, which is kind of insane. Thank you so much for being there and supporting me, for leaving comments and emails and thank yous. And how about you interview this person and suggestions, requests, all of those things. And to all of you who have left reviews as well, I appreciate it so much and it means so much to me. We are very excited this year to be celebrating 10 years of TopMusicPro, the membership site that I started way back as the Inner Circle in 2016. And I do have a big announcement to make in just a minute. But before that, I just wanted to check in, see how you were. How has your holidays been? I know in Australia, of course, many of you will still be on holiday or just starting to wrap things up as you listen to this show. For those of you in the Northern Hemisphere, you've probably been back at work for a little while now. So I hope it's gone well. I hope you got some time off over Christmas and New Year to relax and recharge. I sadly got quite ill. I don't think I've ever had the flu. Now that I've had the flu, I'm sure those of you who might have had it recently as well will attest. It is truly awful, and it did knock me out for about 3 weeks. Thankfully, during my holidays here, just as well it wasn't during time when there's more teaching and things to do. So if you have felt things have been a little quiet around Top Music, yes, I haven't been myself, and also the team had a nice break for 2 or 3 weeks over that Christmas New Year period. But we are ready to kick things off for this year. And in today's episode, I want to talk about this very special announcement that I've got to make, something that we've been working on for some time and that I can finally announce to you today. You may have already got a bit of an inkling about it. I also want to today go through our themes and spotlight schedule of special guest speakers for 2026, at least for the first half of the year. As you know, at Top Music, we tend to focus each month on a different topic. And we have some great topics coming up and we have some amazing speakers I'm very, very excited to share with you. So I'll go through that. And also, I wanted to mention a conference I'm speaking at over in New Zealand, which is coming up in April. But before that, what is the big announcement? Well, there's been a lot of requests over the last 5 years since I ran Piano Pivot Live, my first 2-day ever conference back in January 2020. Who would have thought what was about to hit us in February, March of 2020? But for some amazing reason, we managed to get that conference in and it was a huge success. We had about 110 delegates, I think it was, with people coming from the United States, Ireland, Norway, New Zealand, a variety of countries, and it was an incredible event. 2 days, workshops, keynotes, masterminds. We had round tables. We had live teaching demonstrations. We had an evening networking social event. It's when I actually launched the Top Music brand. At the start of that event, it was timtopham.com still. A lot of you will probably remember that. And then we launched the new brand. So it was an amazing event, and it has always been something that I've wanted to do again. And so many of you have asked me over the years, when are you doing another one? I want you to do another one. Can we please come to another one? When's it going to be? And the big announcement today, of course, is that we are hosting another live event, and it's going to be a 2-day event in April 2026. So coming up in just 3 months or so. It's going to be held in Sydney over 2 days of the school holidays. So this is the Easter school holidays. And it's going to be called Top Music Live. And I cannot wait to be meeting you at this event, hanging out with you and introducing you to some of the incredible things we're planning right now for that event. Now, you know me, if you have been following me for a little while, you know I do things differently. I like to be slightly innovative. I like to push boundaries, do things differently, and these events are all about that. So this is not your standard sit in a lecture room, be talked at for a few days and then go home. This is an immersive, engaging, interactive experience for everyone involved, and I just can't wait to be on the stage saying welcome to Top Music Live 2026. So the details: April 15 and 16. It's in Sydney. We are using one of the Sydney Theatre Company's incredible venues. It is a stunning space, and the location is incredible. It's one of the wharf theatres, I should say, right on the harbour. A very short walk away, you'll be able to see the full Sydney Harbour Bridge. It is an amazing spot, and we are very lucky to have it. And I have to say a very, very huge thank you to Kauai for being my main partner in this event. Could not do it without Kauai's support. They also helped us with Piano Pivot Live in 2020, and they're doing it again for us and with us. And that means a lot to me. It means that we can hopefully put this thing on, and it's going to be a great success, I know. So what does it actually entail? Well, I'm currently working on speakers and the schedule and things like that, so I can't announce that just yet. But I wanted to talk about it because I would love for you to put this in your diaries and start thinking about how you're going to be able to get up to Sydney for this event. Now, the good news is that April 15 and 16 is a Wednesday and a Thursday. It's in the second week of the Easter school break here in Australia. So Easter is right at the start of the term one holidays. So we have term one, then Easter weekend, then there's 1 week, and then this is the middle, Wednesday, Thursday of the second week. So the great thing is that if you don't live in Sydney and you're visiting from somewhere else in Australia or around the world, you can spend Friday, Saturday, Sunday exploring Sydney. And I wanted to sort of time this in a way that you could make a trip out of it to, give yourself, oftentimes, and I'm the worst one to take my own advice on this, we don't give ourselves the rest, recuperation, and sometimes the treats that we need. And so I want to give you this opportunity to not only come to this event and get incredibly inspired, meet amazing other teachers from around Australia and the world, and leave with lots of implementable action plans. But I want you to also take a couple of extra days, even if it's just you. Maybe it's you and your partner or family or children. Maybe they're going to come and join you as well. Whatever it is, I'd love for you to just take a couple of extra days in Sydney. Enjoy. Sydney in April Sydney at any time of the year is just stunning. But in April, beautiful time of the year, not crazy hot, not cold yet. And take some time, explore, go look at the bridge and the Opera House and eat and drink and have a great time. That's what this opportunity hopefully will give many of you. So we will have a variety of keynotes. And as I say, I'll be announcing these in the next few weeks. Workshops, which will be really interactive. We've got some live teaching demonstrations. We have teachers bringing their students on stage to show you various teaching applications. We're going to have mastermind sessions and networking opportunities. And one of the most requested features and the most innovative and unusual features, I guess, of our Piano Pivot Live, our first event, was these mastermind sessions and our implementation sessions. So firstly, the mastermind sessions, how do these work? Well, one of the things that we rarely get to do at conferences is speak to speakers. We might be able to go up at the end if we have time and we're really passionate and they have a second and just be able to ask a very quick question or say how much you enjoyed their presentation. That's about as far as it goes, right? You may be able to try and catch up with them somewhere around the venue later on, but it's often really difficult. Unfortunately, there's lots that can be gained, of course, by having that opportunity to speak to the speaker because the ideas are fresh, things are simmering in your brain, and you often have questions, and there's just not much of an opportunity to ask them. So that's what our masterminds are all about. The conference is set up in such a way that we sit at round tables, which is great because it means that we can do lots of interaction, brainstorming, networking, connection during all of the events and speakers. But the mastermind sessions are where the speakers themselves for the day, because they don't sort of just fly in for 9 to 10 and leave us. All our speakers, chosen by me, are all asked to participate for the day. And so in the afternoon at these mastermind sessions, they all come and join your table and they rotate around through the different tables so everyone gets a chance to connect with them for a period of time, ask questions, and really get full value from their expertise and what they were talking about. And we found that after Piano Pivot Live, we were looking through the surveys and the feedback forms, and this was one of the most requested things of the entire event. And lots of people said, make these longer. So we're going to give some nice time for this because it's often quite rushed. And I know that's going to be really, really meaningful for everyone that's there. The other thing I mentioned was the implementation sessions. And this tends to happen towards the end of the second day, where, I don't know about you, but I find conferences are fantastic, but they're overwhelming. And you go to so many sessions and you write down so many ideas and you take home so many handouts and you buy so many books. It's really easy when you get home to just fall back into your old ways of doing things and to not implement any of the things that you learnt because it's almost too much. Or maybe you just try one little thing, maybe if you remember it. But it's really difficult when it's really overwhelming and in your face and just constant for, often conferences, the Australian Piano Pedagogy Conference, 5 days, the conferences in America that I attend, 5 days. It's a lot of content and it's really hard to then take action. So what I want to do, and one of the reasons for our existence, Top Music this year in our vision and our mission is to help teachers take action. I don't just want to be a place where you come and read a blog or you come and watch a video. I want to be a place where you come to change your teaching or your business. And I want to help you do that. And our implementation sessions are one of the ways to do that. So through some guided notebook prompts and also from me on the stage, I'll actually help you set up and decide what you're going to do as a result of being at this event so that you've actually got a concrete action plan. This is what I'm going to do. Here's when I'm going to do it. And we're going to try and hold you accountable. Because, of course, I would love for everybody that's involved to keep in touch with us. Hopefully, if you're not already a member, perhaps become a member so that we can have you at things like our weekly power hours where we can hold you accountable for these changes, where you can attend our member events and keep the buzz of this live event going in your heart for all of the year. That's what I would really love. And so these implementation sessions are one way that we do that. And it was another thing that was requested by all the teachers from Piano Pivot Live. Please do more or do longer. So we know that they're valuable and we know that they work. And so I'm really excited to be bringing those too. Now, the other thing that we do a little bit differently at Piano Pivot Live, at Top Music Live, is we give you full catering. So full lunch provided, morning and afternoon tea, all included in your ticket price. And we feel that the current early bird pricing, which is available as you are listening to this episode, is incredibly good value. Now, if you would like to find out more, what I want you to do is go to topmusiclive.com. If you have never been to one of our events, our live events, then just scroll down a little bit and watch the video. There's a 3-4 minute video on that first page, which gives you a bit of a summary of our last event and what it looks like. You'll be able to hear from other people. You'll be able to see what kind of things that we do. And I know it's going to get you so pumped and super inspired to kind of join our next event. So topmusiclive.com, have a look at that video, have a look at the details that are there. As I say, depending on when you listen to this episode and when you go to that page, it will have more and more information as we populate our speaker list, as we populate our schedule and our sponsors, etc. That will update. So please do check in, but go and have a look at the video, have a look at what we're offering, and go and grab your early bird ticket. We are only offering early birds for a short amount of time. It's going to only go into part of February because we really want to make sure that we can give people the best possible deal and reward those of you who make the decision nice and early on with an incredible price for the 2 days of dynamic, interactive workshop and learning experiences, plus all of that catering. It's all there for you. Anyway, go and check it out, topmusiclive.com. If you are interested in sponsoring, we have lots of sponsorship opportunities. We have an exhibit hall, so you could have an exhibit table if you're interested. But we also do have advertising options for things like program books, lanyards and banners and things like that. So if you're interested in any of our sponsorship opportunities, I would love for you to email us admin@topmusic.co. And for many of you listening, if you're already someone who has sponsored one of our events before or our podcast and things like that, then I'll most definitely be in touch just to let you know what's happening because it'd be great to have your support once again. So that's the big announcement. I hope you are as excited as I am that this is finally happening again. I'm sorry it's taken me 5 years to, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, sorry. I'm sorry it's taken 6 years But for anyone who has run a live event, particularly a conference event, particularly a 2-day conference event, you'll know that it is an enormous amount of work. So we don't enter into something like this lightly, and that's why they tend to be so good, because we give this our absolute all, our focus and our dedication. And I can guarantee you that this will be an experience that you will remember, just as all of those people did remember so well our Top Music event in January 2020. All right, I'm really excited now to let you know our theme and spotlight schedule for 2026. So let me tell you what is coming up in the coming months. So February this year is all about teaching neurodiverse students. Now, this is something that comes up in Facebook groups all the time. It's something that comes up in our membership forums all the time. It's obviously an ongoing challenge for lots of teachers, and I totally get why. And we have provided lots of information about this before, but there's always more we can do. There's always more we're learning. The more research we do, the more people we speak to. So we are spending the month focusing on teaching neurodiverse students, and our spotlight guest for our first spotlight of the year, which is on about the 10th of February, is the amazing Rebecca Stewart. She's also our head of certification and community manager. Beck has incredible experience with this side of teaching and has done an amazing amount of research as well. So she's going to be bringing our spotlight together, and I'll be sharing some more details about that. Actually, this week, as you hear this episode, we will be opening up our spotlight session entries or registrations. So make sure you explore that. Keep in mind that all of our spotlights are members-only events, as you're probably aware. But if you are a non-member, we do offer some very limited $1 trial discounts for people attending the spotlight sessions. So if you're not a member, you can grab a $1 trial from us and come along to that event and enjoy 1 month of membership, basically on us, or basically for that $1. So it's a great deal. We've had lots of people join us as a result of these spotlight sessions, and I'd love for you to do the same if these topics are of interest for you. So that's February, teaching neurodiverse students. In March, our topic is being stage ready. It's all about performance anxiety, and I couldn't think of anyone better to get on our spotlight than Noah Kageyama. Now, we've worked with Noah a number of times before. He's created an incredible course called Practice Hacks for us inside our membership. I'm sure many of you will have already experienced that one, and the changes it's making, the feedback we get about that course, oh my goodness. It is challenging, but it is incredibly rewarding when you look at what he's suggesting, what the research says, and then what he suggests to do with regard to practice and your students' practice. It's kind of mind-blowing. So I cannot wait to share Noah Kageyama's work with you. He's, of course, the Bulletproof musician, Juilliard faculty, incredible teacher, very experienced, and we're going to be talking all about being stage ready, being ready for performances, how to do it, how to feel confident doing it. And as I say, there's no one better than Noah to talk about that. So that's March. Look out for his spotlight, week 2 of March. Now, in April, we aren't doing a spotlight as much as we are doing the Top Music Live event that I just mentioned. So April's theme is all about Top Music Live. We're not doing a different theme or a spotlight. The spotlight, I guess, is the actual event. So that's April 15, 16. Hopefully you can join us, topmusiclive.com. Now, in May, we're going to be talking about online teaching. And this is an area that became obviously kind of exploded around COVID times and has become a staple for many, many teachers. But there's also lots of teachers out there who would like to have some online students, but don't know how to find them potentially, and maybe are a little bit unsure about how lessons actually work. So I couldn't think of anyone better to come on the spotlight for May than Carly Walton from Teach Music Online. Carly and I have known each other, worked together for some time now. She is an absolute superstar. Many of you, I'm sure, will know her and her podcast and her website. She's an absolute superstar, and she's going to be answering all those questions about online teaching. Just as an aside too, I took on the teaching of an online student myself this year from one of our members who wasn't able to teach this student. And the student's based in California. She's a 15-year-old girl, and I have just been having so much fun with my online lessons with her. But I also have lots of questions that I would love for Carly to answer and to get more tips and advice. The great thing is that I teach this student, it's about 4 or 5 p.m. her time, which is about midday for me. So one of the great things, of course, about teaching online is that you can teach at other times when you wouldn't otherwise normally be teaching. And that's huge, particularly for those of you who would like to claw back some of your evenings so you can spend them having dinner with your family and friends and things like that. So that's May. Look out for that in May with Carly Walton. It's going to be fantastic. And I will just give you a very quick overview of the next few themes. In June, it's all about savvy business studio business transformations. And who else would I possibly ask about business and marketing side of your studio, particularly with the word savvy in it, but the amazing David Cutler, keynote speaker, multiple author, incredible guy. I'm sure you've heard him on the podcast before. He was the focus of one of our Top Music magazines last year. David's an incredible guy, and I can't wait to be able to offer this spotlight with him, because the other great feature of spotlights is that you can ask questions. You're in the room with these people, so it's not just me having a podcast and you hoping I ask the right questions. It's you being able to ask the questions of these amazing people, and that's why I love putting these spotlights together. So that's David Cutler in June. In July, we're going to be focusing on group teaching, and once again, I couldn't think of anyone better than the amazing Marie Lee, who also runs Group Eliminated, the conference. She's going to be talking all about group teaching, and we will talk, we'll sort of let you know the precise topics of that talk and all these spotlights a little bit closer to the date, but I just want to give you a quick overview. So that's it. Now we have laid out the rest of the year, but I don't want to overwhelm you. That should be enough to get you started. As I said, all of these events are for Top Music Pro member exclusively. But if you'd like to join us and try out the membership for a month and also join the Spotlight, you can do that for just $1 when you sign up with us. And the place to sign up for any of these Spotlights is topmusic.co/spotlight. Nice and easy to learn. And I think by the time you listen to this show, the sign-up form should be available for Rebecca Stewart's first neurodiverse teaching Spotlight. And of course, if you are already a member, you'll find the link to sign up for you inside the Top Music Pro membership area. You don't need to go to that /spotlight link. That's just for non-members. All right. And then keep an eye out and an ear out for Noah Kageyama's Stage Ready Spotlight in March. Can't wait to do that with you. Now, the last thing I did want to mention today was that I will be heading over to New Zealand for the first time for a conference. And it is the Institute of Registered Music Teachers of New Zealand conference. They hold this, I think it's every 2 years. This one's theme is Kotahitanga, which I understand means unity, togetherness, solidarity, and collective action. And the topics for this are going to be including creative ideas for teaching beginner students. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? That's something I'll be presenting. The alliance between composers and performers, enhancing ensemble collaboration, crossing the boundaries of musical genres, and even choral singing. So this is over in Nelson, New Zealand, from the 8th to the 10th of April. So yes, this is just a week or two before our Top Music Live presentations, but I'll be over there. I've been asked to keynote speak and also provide a number of workshops at that. So I would really love to see any of you who are in New Zealand head down to Nelson at the Nelson Centre for Musical Arts. It's going to be fantastic. They've been planning this for well over a year now, and I can't wait to be a part of it. As I say, for the first time with the Institute of Registered Music Teachers there in New Zealand. It's going to be great fun. All right, well, I hope that's given you a good sort of little taste of a few things that are coming up this first quarter of 2026. It's going to be busy. It's going to be big. And there's lots there, which I hope will be in support of your ongoing learning, improving your teaching, your business, and hopefully your life and everything that goes on. We are very passionate at Top Music about helping you as much as we can. So as always, if you ever have questions, if you ever have suggestions, if you would like us to create things for you, or you really are stuck with something, please let us know. support@topmusic.co is where to email us. We'd love to hear from you. And if you remember, there's always the chat bubble in the bottom right corner once you've logged in. We'd love to hear from you through that or through our membership app as well. So that's it for this week. As I say, just getting started, kicking things off. Next week on the podcast, we are starting our Neurodiverse Month with some expert advice from experienced teacher Selena Pistoresi about teaching neurodiverse students. And we're going to take a look back at some of the favourite resources for teaching neurodiverse students next time on the podcast. I can't wait to catch you then. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for being a listener in previous years. If you're new, thank you for tuning in today, and I hope you'll stick with us in the coming few years ahead. I know many of you have been listening for, 10 years or more. So thank you very much to all of those of you. Make sure you do check out our Top Music Live information. I am really passionate about making this an event to remember, and one that will just be incredibly dynamic, interesting, exciting, and really, really powerful for your teaching this year. So come on down, topmusiclive.com. I'll speak to you next time. How do you keep up to date with all the latest trends and research into music education? How do you connect with other teachers around the world and make sure your teaching stays fresh and relevant for students of all ages and stages, both now and into the future? I created our Top Music Pro membership to be the one-stop shop for music teaching resources, training, support, and community, and I'd love for you to come and join us inside. With over 40 comprehensive training courses, hundreds of teaching demonstrations and lesson plans, free monthly sheet music, discounts, and all the business and pedagogy support you could ever need, Top Music Pro is the community you've been looking for. If you're ready to level up your learning from the podcast and join thousands of other teachers in our global network, head over to topmusicpro.com today. If you enjoy this show and want to hear more of our work, be sure to subscribe to this podcast wherever you're listening today. For links and resources mentioned in this episode, visit us at topmusic.co/podcast or check out the show notes. I'm Tim Topham. Thank you so much for listening. Enjoy your week ahead, and I'll catch you next time.